Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zach, not Kyle, or Zach for short, and today I'm giving my reviews on the Battle Academia skin line. The Battle Academia skins for League of Legends dropped into the game on March 18th, 2021, and I really wanted to talk about this one because there is so much going on here on this day, today. So we're just gonna get into it because there's a lot to get into. As we always do, we're going to start off with the splashes. Looking at the splashes, I think most of them are done well. Caitlyn looks like she will step on you, and the straights in the League of Legends world want her to. I don't care much, but I can acknowledge how good the splash is. Garen and Wukong are really good, especially considering how bad they botched Wukong. We'll get there. Yone is so dark and mysterious, and I kinda love it. I love the perspective on this drawing as well. Leona isn't very good to me, since she's described in this universe as motherly. So why does she look emo? The Prestige Edition is much better. Let's jump into the skins. But first, I did add a new criteria for skins, and that is the story. Battle Academia has a lot of stories for the universe, and I will grade it accordingly. And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. Starting off with Caitlyn, her story goes like this. A feared and respected second year, head of the Luminary Club and class president of Labrys God Weapon Academy, Caitlyn enrolled herself in the famously troubled school specifically to whip the delinquents there into prime fighting shape, hoping to one day become the greatest battlefield general in history. With her perfect record, she's not too far off. Caitlyn as the main character in Legendary was the right choice for this line in my opinion. Good job on that one, Rito. The model is actually really good. I was pleased with it. The hair could really be any shade of purple and it would have worked. The posture of Caitlyn in the default pose is perfect for her character. Her animation is quick-witted and suits the anime style effects nicely. The little emote faces look really nice as well. The flan and tea gags are nice. Her recall is really good on top of all of this. Her effects I could absolutely see in an anime. The effects are definitely not as intense as the other skins in this line. I think subtly is okay though. You don't have to go all out when you can appreciate the flan traps. Also, the R ability is brilliant. I can't get over it. Her respawn and home guard is also a mood for me. The chromas are well done on top of all of this. So for the first time ever, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. It's so well executed and I love everything about it. Yone is up next. Let's look at the story for Yone first. Yone is a brooding, quiet member of the Assassin Club, one whose morose and serious attitude belies the colossal chip on his shoulder. The bad blood between him and his brother is well known, and even speaking out about it casually has been known to invoke Yone's fury, something Caitlyn has picked up on for her own purposes. I do like the story that ties into Caitlyn, who has the legendary skin, really well. The model is giving me an aneurysm looking at the color blocking on this. For some reason, it kind of works. I don't understand it. The emotes feel a little bit stiff, and it could be because of how the model is styled based on school anime. Anime, if you've ever looked at it, tends to have a choppier 2D animation style, so this does make a lot of sense. The recall is amazingly done. The hit effects are based on anime and manga effects, and they look so gorge. The E effects and colors are done insanely well, and it's the best part of the skin. The R is also well done and suits with the prior anime-styled effects. The chromas are amazing, and I think the second chroma should have been the default skin in my opinion. There is not one bad chroma. Overall, I think the skin gets a 7.5 out of 10 because the model not being pleasant to look at and the chromas actually being better than the skin. Wukong is the next piece of trash on my list. His story is, a consummate troublemaker and prankster, Wukong has failed out of every high school in the region, eventually washing out into Labrys as an enrollment of last resort. A naturally gifted fighter in the battle club, he still hasn't learned discipline and only listens to Caitlyn because she can beat him up. I think his story is good enough and a comic relief character is a good one to have, especially when they have lore to back them up. And speaking of good comic relief, next is the model. The model is the worst thing I have ever seen in recent League. Who the fuck approved this? With those eyebrows and that face? Oh You're telling me not one person in Riot Games looked at that and said, is this going to be another Lux Wild Rift moment? Oh my god. I will say, however, the face is the best League meme since Lux face from Wild Rift. Therefore, it's the best model, period. The animation is fluid, but for an anime-based skin, this does not work. The recall is a good example of this, in my opinion. The effects stay true to the anime style, thankfully. They are well done, and the little face for Wukong's W when the clone disappears is a fun touch and a nod to his story of being a prankster. The chromas are fine, and I don't have much to say about them. In good faith, I can't give this higher than a 5.5 out of 10. The model is awful, the animation didn't match the style, and the chromas are not super enjoyable. Next is Garen. Brother to Lux, Garen is the only biological child of his family, but was neglected from an early age as his parents spent all their time developing the god weapon fragment that would one day become their daughter. As he vented his anger in increasingly delinquent ways, Labras sought him out for enrollment, where he eventually joined the battle club. This is pretty okay for world building and there isn't much to say, so I'll just move on to the actual skin. I think the model was okay with color blocking. It was nothing insane, but it was satisfactory. It's not bad by any means. The animation was fluid to where it worked with the 2D anime effects, unlike Wukong. The recall was a good example of this. The abilities all flow together really nicely. The effects and animation were some of the best together in the skin line so far, so props to Rito for that. The chromas I mostly like. I didn't care for a couple, but most of them were pretty good. Overall, I give this a soft 8 out of 10. Leona is the last one. An oddly cheery member of the Labras Academy's battle club, Leona's dark side comes out in combat, when her motherly protective persona is utterly replaced by bloodlust. The change is so dramatic that even the most violent students tend to stay on her good side, hoping to avoid her wrath. The story for her is better than the others because of her prestige lore, but by itself, it's okay. Now, the model. The model isn't bad, but the colors are a bit off from everyone else who is purple, pink, and red primarily. The model makes her emo for some reason, which does not work for her lore being cheerful and motherly. The animation is good, but like Wukong, doesn't fit the 2D anime inspiration. It just doesn't fit it as well as someone like Caitlyn, for example. The recall is better than the other animations at this, though. The effects on the abilities are well done and are very anime-esque, which is very good. The Q and W effects in particular are really nice. The chromas are pretty bonkers, they are so good. I love the Sapphire one a lot in particular. The Prestige Leona is also well done, and the lore for it makes the skin so much better. I give it an 8 out of 10. Now for the unofficial official ranking. Number 5 is Wukong, Oddv. I don't need to explain it. He is some trash garbage, who is great meme material. 4 is Yone because of the model. 2 and 3 is tied between Leona and Garen because they both have the same score for different reasons. And number 1 is Queen Caitlyn for the iconic work that is done for her. In conclusion, the skin line is really well done except for Wukong. I hate that they butchered him so badly, but then we have high moments like Caitlyn, which is one of the best skins in the game. Some model choices were made, but it was solid for the most part. And with that said, that's going to be it for this video, so go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe to become not Kyle. If your name is Kyle, that is illegal here. As you can tell from the name of my channel, you do have to get a new birth certificate. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And with that, I will see you guys later. Bye, sis.
Hit me on a date night, hope it's not a late night. Got a curfew and I'm trying to keep it, yeah. Secrets in the closet, virgin till I lost it. Boy, you know you drive me crazy, fuck me in the closet, baby, twice.